I'm not poking anything. I'm asking y'all reaction to seeing him on Club Shay Shay talking with Shannon Sharp.
Ain't nobody say, the thing about it is, man, that at the end of the day, it's all entertainment. We all brothers in this game. It's all entertainment.
I'm not poking anything. I'm asking y'all, what was your reaction when you saw him on Club Shay Shay talking with Shannon Sharp? At the end of the day, it's all entertainment. We're all brothers in this game. It's all entertainment. Pull up a chair and get comfortable. Because we're about to dive down a rabbit hole so deep, so dark, that the world you think you know is about to be turned completely upside down. Remember when Katt Williams was on Club Shay Shay? The whole world watched his moment. The world watched jaws drop as he unloaded what the mainstream media immediately labeled a meltdown. They called him unstable, a comedian who'd finally lost the plot. But here's a question. What if the crazy one was actually the only one telling the truth? Fast forward to right now.
Turned down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
The landscape has shifted dramatically. Federal witnesses are whispering names in sealed testimonies. A dead woman's diary is said to hold photos so compromising they could bring down empires. Everything that Katt Williams talked about, every single wild, seemingly unbelievable thing, it's not looking so wild anymore. It's starting to look a lot like a prophecy. This isn't gossip anymore. This is receipts coming to life. 4 times, he said, he turned down $50 million just to protect his integrity. Turned down $50 million 4 times? He said it. Right on camera. While Hollywood was scrambling to distance itself from the crumbling empire of one iconic figure,
Matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
the same names Katt once casually dropped, names that got him mocked and dismissed, are now being formally entered into court records. It feels like we're not just watching a scandal unfold, we're watching a man's words materialize into cold, hard, federal documentation. For years, the narrative, Katt Williams had a breakdown. But what if it wasn't a breakdown at all? What if it was a breakthrough? While every other comedian in Hollywood was busy protecting their brand, chasing the next streaming special, playing the game, Katt was doing something else. He was collecting something far more valuable, the truth. Literally 30 years worth of it. He'd been observing, documenting, storing Hollywood's darkest secrets in a mental vault, and staying quiet long enough to stay safe. And when he finally decided to speak, the entire industry flinched. Not because he was ranting, but because he knew he didn't just suspect what was happening behind those gilded closed doors. He had proof. And that...
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grainge. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever
That right there is the one thing that terrifies people in power. Someone who doesn't just suspect, they know. While others were busy protecting careers, Katt was building a library of secrets that could bring the whole damn industry to its knees. And it only gets deeper. Even Candace Owens, a figure known for fearlessly calling out corruption, someone who doesn't scare easy, publicly backed him up. She didn't just agree, she confirmed his timeline. She pointed out that Katt had been hinting at this truth long before the first lawsuit was filed. On that now infamous interview with Shannon Sharp, he looked dead into the camera and said, "I'll tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth." It sounded like bravado at the time. But then, suddenly, not long after, the lawsuits started dropping. And those lawsuits named some of the most powerful figures in the music industry. One of those cases pointed a finger straight at the very top, Universal Music Group. The lawsuit accused them of being at the apex of a deeply disturbing operation. According to the claims, Diddy wasn't the mastermind. He was allegedly working under someone else, a man named Lucian Grainge. Everyone knew him. A man who'd been the invisible devil for 30 years, protected by legacy figures like Clive Davis. He was selected to be the demon that keeps the culture in line so the industry could continue to exploit it.
And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
So Katt Williams said it. The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed. He heavily implied, and this is again an allegation, that Lucian Grainge was having some sort of a...
How dangerous do you think this person is? I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever heard of. Now the story takes a sharp, dark turn. The lawsuit suggested that Diddy and Grainge had a personal relationship. Grainge didn't just know about the secret parties. He might have been involved himself. Candace broke it down. Diddy was the flashy public face, but Lucian Grainge was the power behind the curtain, the man pulling the strings. Universal knew everyone played their part. But instead of investigating, the media attacked anyone who dared to ask questions. They mocked Candace for even reading the lawsuit aloud. They brushed off the possibility of an organized criminal ring operating at the heart of Hollywood. She said she was stunned by how quickly the focus shifted from the horrific allegations to silencing anyone who pointed them out. That's when you realize this isn't about Diddy. It's about control. Candace's tone made it crystal clear. She wasn't just defending Katt Williams. She was confirming that his information had been spot on for years, that he'd been exposing hidden connections long before any investigator stepped foot in the room. And now, it's all catching up. Every secret, every whisper, every crazy claim suddenly doesn't sound so crazy anymore. Anyone who takes that the wrong way...
I've known about Kim's book, or what was supposed to be her book, this entire time. The truth is, Diddy was highly paranoid right before Kim passed away.
Well, you know why they take it the wrong way. Katt Williams said it. The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it. He said all would be exposed. He alleged Lucian Grainge was having some sort of relationship with Diddy. That Grainge was aware of these parties.
Of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he... Heavy D was working on a book.
That Universal Music Group was aware of these parties. That Diddy was the thug, the gangster, working on behalf of Grainge. And this is the point where YouTube gossip transforms into a federal case. Enter Courtney Burgess, a name you probably didn't know until recently. Burgess claimed he had in his possession a stash of digital evidence from Diddy's private freak-off parties, 11 flash drives. He alleged they came from the late Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-partner, mother of 4 of his children. Do you feel how heavy that is? Burgess stated that these drives contained videos showing 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, caught on camera at Diddy's events while they were visibly intoxicated or under the influence. There was even a manuscript claimed to be Kim Porter's memoir, though her children have denied its authenticity. Burgess spoke about this on his podcast, but then he was summoned before a federal grand jury, and everything changed. After testifying under oath, he admitted he couldn't reveal the details. The case was too sensitive. The people involved were too powerful. Federal investigators now know exactly who the alleged victims in those videos are, but their names remain sealed, hidden behind closed doors. That's when the gravity of the situation hits you like a ton of bricks. This isn't rumor anymore. This is evidence. News anchors are forced to choose every word with extreme caution. They confirmed that the 8 people in the videos were alleged victims of crimes. According to one report, a reporter referenced a scene from an R-rated version of a book where Snoop Dogg was reportedly seen in a compromising situation with Diddy. Think about that. If that's accurate, it gets even deeper. Pieces of that alleged memoir were said to have been acquired by the home team. Bad actors incorporated themselves so that they could spin the narrative, to create reasonable doubt in a jury pool. Smart play, but not with Kim's words. The room, they said, fell silent. Someone muttered, "Men don't hold hands like that." Shock turned to disgust as more unsettling details spilled out. Whispers of Diddy, Snoop, and others allegedly caught in behavior that blurred the line between partying and outright exploitation. That's the moment Snoop Dogg's name officially entered federal testimony, or at least entered the realm of credible reporting and sealed documents. We go from jokes to bullets to shell-shocked cultural icons. One insider asked a question that's been hanging in the air for decades. Was Snoop at the hospital when Tupac Shakur was shot in Las Vegas? The answer, no, he wasn't. Suge Knight later revealed that Snoop didn't go near the hospital after the shooting, something that felt odd even back then. When you zoom out, what we're seeing isn't just a scandal about a few famous names. It's the unveiling of a network, a system of control, deeply rooted in the entertainment industry for decades. The same kind of coercion and manipulation now surfacing in Diddy's case. In an old interview, Suge described walking into a party where Diddy was present and said, when asked if he joined in, he brushed it off. "I don't throw those kinds of parties. That wasn't a joke. It was a statement." According to him, both Diddy and Snoop were involved in private arrangements used to maintain power, to keep the industry in line. The question is, if one of hip-hop's most beloved iconic figures is genuinely entangled in this, what does that say about the culture we think we know? About the music we love? The idols we worship? When the sealed testimonies are finally unsealed, when the federal evidence is presented, when the names start to drop, people won't just be shocked. They'll realize this was never about music. It was never about art. It was about power. A billion-dollar machine built not on creativity, but on compromise, blackmail, and total control. If you've made it this far, you know this story is just getting started. The walls are closing in. The whispers are becoming sworn statements. The evidence is piling up. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of the end game. So go ahead, smash that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and hit subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Because one thing's for sure, the truth is coming, and it's bringing receipts.